Lincoln's fall from mid-century American exceptionalism wasn't sudden. Instead, Ford's stewardship saw the brand's Rat Pack appeal fade into uninteresting obscurity over decades, its slab of luxury image the victim of middle management cost-cutting. Things were bleak by the mid-2000s with the lineup bloated by rebadged Fords. Now Lincoln 2.0, 3.0, 4.0 has hopes of shedding this lineage with a fresh fleet of crossovers including a new Navigator, Nautilus, Aviator, and the subject today, the 2020 Lincoln Corsair. Lincoln's renaissance is impressive from most standpoints, but there are still tinges of those darker times. Consider the 90-90 rule, jokingly conceived by Bell Labs programmer Tom Cargill back in the 80s. The first 90% of the code accounts for the first 90% of the development time. The remaining 10% of the code accounts for the other 90% of the development time. You can be almost done, but those final touches will almost always take longer than expected. This is the case with the 90% 2020 Lincoln Corsair, a luxury crossover on the verge of being great. But the competition, the Audi Q3, Mercedes-Benz GLA, Acura RDX, and Lexus NX, set the bar high, so we're left judging the Corsair's final 10%, its fit and finish, to an exacting degree. The bulk of the transformation from its Ford Escape platform mate and the Dowdy MKC it's replacing has been completed. Now comes the hard part. The 2020 Lincoln Corsair, by the numbers. Base price, as tested $35,945, $60,110. Powertrain, 2.0-liter 4-cylinder or turbocharged 2.3-liter 4-cylinder 8-speed automatic front or all-wheel drive. Horsepower, 2.0-liter, 252.3-liter, 295. Torque, 2.0-liter, 282.3-liter, 305. EPA fuel economy, city/highway/combined 2.0-liter FWD 22/29/25 2.0-liter AWD 21/29/24 2.3-liter AWD 21/28/24. Seating, 5. Cargo volume, 57.6 cu, behind first row, 27.6 cu, behind rear row. Quick take, it's a hair's breadth away from being a proper luxury crossover. A mid-cycle update could do the trick. Though the Corsair uses the new 2020 Escape platform, its design is considerably more elegant than the Ford. There's flow to its clean lines and an overall commanding presence that comes from a clear porting of the handsome Aviator's classic styling. While the wide, Lincoln star-adorned grille is certainly a statement, it's an agreeable one unlike the predatory maws of Lexus or BMW. Top marks here. Lincoln offers the Corsair in 5 trim levels. Standard is a base-spec model and can be had in either FWD or AWD. Standard IC's a convenience package, interior ambient lighting, voice-activated navigation, powered foldable second-row seats, and integrated garage door opener, and 18 inches dark painted wheels added. Reserve spec adds a powered full-panel moonroof, 14-speaker Revel audio, Ford's hands-free foot-activated tailgate, and 19 inches machined and painted wheels. Reserve 2 adds Lincoln's Elements package, heated and ventilated front seats, heated second-row seats, heated steering wheel, windshield wiper de-icer, and rain-sensing wipers, and Copilot 360+. Lastly, Reserve 3 drops Lincoln's bigger 2.3-liter engine beneath the hood and adds adaptive suspension, the technology package, phone as key app, wireless charging, adaptive LED headlights, and 12.3-in instrument cluster, a head-up display, and Lincoln's proprietary 24-way perfect position front seats. Customers can also choose from the cadre of options à la carte. Inside, the Corsair has the right amount of luxury. The seats feature creamy leather, inviting and comfortable with an optional massage function. The compact crossover is also surprisingly spacious and offers up ample leg, 43.2 in front/38.6 in rear, and headroom, 39.5 in front/38.7 in rear, in both rows, even for taller individuals. Lincoln calls the Corsair's interior a sanctuary for the senses, and we can't deny that painful bit of ad speak is true. There's a true push to mitigate the encroachment of noise, vibration, and harshness into the cabin, more so than the competition. Thanks to adaptive suspension, a new rear bushing design, active noise control, a dual-walled dashboard, enhanced sound deadening, and thicker sidewall tires, the Corsair is as whisper-quiet as proper Lincoln. At first glance then, the Corsair gives the appearance of a well-sorted luxury machine. But dig a little deeper and the specter of Ford's cost-cutters is still visible. That's first and foremost felt in the Corsair's buttons and knobs. Wrapped in faux aluminum and treated with Bentley-esque knurled bezels, the Corsair's tactile controls feel every bit the pieces of plastic they are. Lincoln took great pains to hide its Ford bones in most areas, but there's too much play in their tolerances. The Corsair's designers also saw fit to carry the HVAC outlet's design across the dash's entirety. Though not egregious in its styling, the materials are cheap, flexible plastic. We could easily see someone accidentally knocking into it and breaking one of the vanes clear off. In steps forward, Lincoln's gauge cluster is handsome. It might not be quite as crisp as Audi's virtual cockpit, but it's certainly less cluttered and easy to configure how much information you want relayed. Our favorite look was the near blacked-out screen displayed in normal drive mode showing just the speedometer, fuel gauge, and media selection. Unfortunately, the same praise can't be heaped on its clunky and visually outdated infotainment system. With Windows 95 pixelation, the system lagged behind our Bluetooth, navigation, and system setting inputs. CarPlay and Android Auto are available, but we weren't allowed to use either as plugging in our phones would have wiped our drive route from the navigation. It's 2019, Lincoln, a split infotainment screen with CarPlay or Auto is possible.